Everybody, welcome back to episode 2, Thursday Night Poker, Memorial Day Deepstack Tournament. Part 2. 4 players left from last week. It's our shortest Thursday Night Poker ever. We're trying a new short form version.
I like it.
It's a little different. I thought maybe we'd get more likes and some. It's much more manageable.
Well, it's nice when the tournament doesn't drag either.
Yeah.
You know, when we're three-handed for 2 hours.
Down to 4. We just lost Bo, who kind of got, not a bad beat, but King-Queen versus King-Jack, both suited.
It was a good spot for
Jack.
him.
Great spot for him. I think it was one of those hands that he's just going to go broke, no matter what he does, because the cards are just not coming out the way he wants. Reggie's on a heater, wins another hand with a walk.
It'll read fast. Yeah. It's my 8, right? Correct?
Blind just still 8-16 with an 8.
And that chip count is wrong. The graphic is a little off. Reggie actually has about 200K more than what he says, right? 190, something like that, which are mistakenly given to Niko. Niko's only got about 300,000 instead of 4 something.
Yeah.
Everybody else's is moderately right. Peter's might be the only right chip stack currently.
That's okay.
He's out. Niko's in. Reggie checks. Small blind, big blind here.
9-5 deuce, first to bet, and Reggie's going to exercise his option to bet first.
Yeah, I mean, Reggie's been flopping at least part of the flops, right? Flopping part of the parts?
Yeah.
Part of the flops? Flopping
pieces?
flops? Pieces. Yeah, he's been hitting pieces of the flop. That's better.
Mm-hmm. Flopping flops of the flop, yeah.
Flopping flops as a flop is a tough.
Yeah.
It's a lot of flops.
It is.
He's been belly flopping the flop.
Speaking of flops, did you watch the Euro final?
No.
It was Italy versus England.
Yep.
It was
First time England's been? Something I heard?
I don't know, but it was at Wembley Stadium in England. Me and your sister watched the whole game. They scored 2 minutes into the game. Gave up a goal.
Italy did, or?
No.
England scored. Nice.
We also bet England, by the way. 70th minute, Italy scores. Goes into penalty kicks. Italy misses one, so England was one ahead. And then England goes brick, brick, brick. And then saved the last one. So it was tied, England was down 1 with their last guy up, and he bricked. So if he would have hit it, it would have sent them to 5 more.
Wow.
So it was like a big swing. It was amazing. Niko,
Big
by the
up
way,
and down.
with ace-queen. But, I mean, after England...
Raised and no callers.
Yeah, after England stopped them, they're a huge favorite. And then England dudes just misses a wide open one. The goalie got strong, and he hit it off the post. And then that was kind of the end of England.
I saw this whole thing on Facebook where Tom Cruise was sitting next to David Beckham.
Yeah, and Tom Cruise,
like,
and they were at the Wimbledon earlier in the morning.
Yes.
Because I watched Wimbledon.
It was
in the
like,
morning.
how cool of a life does Tom Cruise have that he goes to the soccer finals with the
With
number
David
one,
Beckham.
with the number one English sports athlete possibly of all time.
Probably. How could it not be?
I mean, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And he gets a fist bump from him when England scores 2 minutes in. It's like, damn, could
Good
your
little
life
life.
could your life be any cooler?
He also got spotted in the crowd at Wimbledon, and everybody kind of they're like, oh, and then, they gave him a little round of applause or some notice.
Tom Cruise?
Yeah.
It's pretty dope.
All right, so we got a raise from Reggie with the king queen.
The article started. It was Barstool. That's what it was, and it came. That's how it was, and it was in Barstool fashion. They're like, Tom Cruise's life's pretty awesome, except for Scientology.
It's true.
So crazy. Ace 6 flop. Nobody flops anything. Reggie's gonna just continue to play this big stack poker and just keep betting.
And again,
he's got position.
Peter's defending his big blind, and it's ace 6. It really doesn't connect with much. I mean, if Peter has a 6, he's going to call once. Now, Peter here, it would be great if Peter can anything play back. He is going to raise.
He's probably going to win the pot if he plays back.
Yep, and
he
he does.
is going to raise. He's tired of getting, I will not be pushed there around.
Like, Reggie, how do you have an ace, is what Peter's saying. There you go.
And Reggie's down.
So, again, there is a prime example of the flop looking terrible, but really it's better than you think it is, because how does he have an ace?
Right.
And now, Reggie can level up on him and be like, ha ha ha, well, if you had an ace, certainly you wouldn't raise me here. So I'm all in. I actually have the ace.
Is that what defines better players? Is when you make a good play and somebody comes back at you
just
with a
levels you?
second level play,
Yeah.
and then you just third level them?
Correct.
And then that's it.
Right.
And then does the other guy ever have
Like
a
the
fourth
bet-
level? Like a fourth gear? Boop, boop, boop.
Well, we're not deep stack enough. When you get super deep stack, they do.
That's what they end up doing.
That's why the best players love to play so deep stack, because they can
keep doing those
they
levels.
can hop on the levels. Yeah.
Jill's all in with an ace queen.
Speaking of levels, all those chips are in there. Tower of chips in. And
Niko with a
she's
jack
gonna take it
6.
down.
He does not have 480,000. He's only got
coming.
about 300,000, maybe less now.
Yep.
Yeah, it's probably closer to like 280.
So from like Reggie's point of view right there, if Peter had an ace, A, he might have heard from him pre-flop. B, why would it's pretty confusing to get raised? Wouldn't
Right.
you just flat call?
Yep.
Smooth?
You'd want to induce another bet.
Right. You were going to try and get this guy to keep bluffing.
So Reggie can't, in all honesty, thinking from Reggie's side, Reggie really can't put him on anything. Maybe a 6.
Or a flush draw.
Right. But I mean, with the king, queen.
But even the
queen,
flush draw, yeah, king, queen.
I kind of feel like king, queen's your best hand at that point, non-pairs, like, unless he's got a.
Yeah,
And you have heard from him before.
And you're jamming to bluff. Like, you're not jamming to, like, think your king, queen's ever good.
Right. It was.
Yeah, it was, but, you know.
I love bluffing with the best hand.
Yeah, that's even better.
Yep.
All right, Peter is going to take it down, and I feel like Peter just switch gears a little bit with that.
Writing that one down. Bluffing with the best hand.
Okay.
That's what I like. That's one of my poker sayings I really like.
I feel like Peter just switched gears here with that bluff with the 5-4.
Hey, shout out to Peter. Peter, we're watching you. He claims to have won a deep stack seat. I wonder where he wins it from.
Huh.
Did I just spoil the whole thing?
Yeah, kind of.
It's all right.
Actually, I have no idea.
6 minutes in. Maybe it's a different Peter.
Right. Or a different deep stack seat.
Could be true. Let's find out. Let's watch and see.
All right, here we go. We got a limp from Reggie, and then Jill shoves it in his face with the jack 6 and takes it down. Says, if you're going to limp, I'm going to shove. So, Reggie, put that in the back of your mind. Next time you pick up aces, limp. Hopefully she shoves again. Oh my gosh. Popular today.
Niko with 3s. Out of position again. So you going to make any moves here, Brando?
I think so.
Gonna
I mean,
try it.
four-handed pairs are like, oof,
Money.
money. He is going to make it 38.
Blinds are still 8-16.
Yep. So
Reggie's going to get into play with the Jack 10 suited. We might see a raise from Jill.
Jill might just say, I'm going to squeeze him.
She's
I'm
either
all
going
in.
to squeeze him or she's going to fold. There's no middle play
Yep,
here.
and she folds.
She understands it calls a bad play there.
Out of position.
Peter gets out of the way as well. Classic race. Jack 10 versus Trace.
Still a
All
raise.
diamonds. Yeah, all diamonds for Reggie.
It's a good flop for Reggie.
I think he's going to bet, and we might see a fold here from Niko. He took a shot, missed. That's it. 50.
That'll do it.
Yeah, I mean, I think Niko had
Yeah,
decided
what
this is
can
what's
you
going to
do?
happen.
I mean,
It's hard to play back into him.
he does fold.
That's why small pairs are so tough to play post flop, right?
Yep.
Like there's not a lot of play left in them.
Especially at kind of like final tables, like you're not really like set mining anymore because you don't have 150 big blinds behind where, everybody's, not shallow to the sense where everybody has no chips, but like shallow to where like you're not going to get people to stack off with these.
Right.
When you flop
You're
a set.
really only going to get called if the guy's got a hand that can beat you. Is already beating you or can beat you. So it's like are you willing to just run it out at that point?
All right, eights. Eights, on the other hand, are getting to the stronger realm of pairs where you don't need to flop a set to win.
Yeah, 8s, 9s, 10s, jacks, middle
Yeah.
pairs.
Yeah. Keep on going up. Queens are good. Kings, pretty good hand.
Yeah,
Aces.
I'm not a fan of aces.
Nah. Well, you said it already. I don't want aces.
Peter with ace 5 calling it. Reggie raised to 32, just a straight double up. We're going to get almost a family pot, minus Jill.
Queen, 10, 7, rainbow. Nobody flops anything. Reggie, best hand. 2 overcards, a little scary. Connecting, also scary.
He does have position. I don't mind the check there.
I don't either. I don't know how you can bet.
It gets check to him again. He's got to fire a bullet.
Okay.
He's denoted just to check it all the way down, which he might get out of the other 2 players.
Oh, yeah.
His 8s are good. Peter's going to take a stab at it here. But again, what story is Peter telling? I had a 7?
Yeah,
I can beat a 7.
Right. I think Peter...
Reggie can still call.
Yeah.
Because he puts him on a 7. He's got chips in his hand. He's thinking about it. What would the 85 Bears do?
I mean, what really gets there? Like, 6-5 gets there. He calls. He wins. Yeah.
It's the story. What story am I telling?
Now, the only thing... I mean, Peter could have a 10. He would check a 10 on the flop, and then maybe check a 10 on the
What do you
turn.
check a 10 on the flop?
Probably. First act when he was... Yeah, he was up to
But you would have bet the turn,
Probably.
right?
Probably.
No way you let the 10 go by twice. I don't think so, especially when a 4 came on the turn. Nothing changes. Blinds are up 8-16. Nope. Blinds are still the same, 8-16.
They are up, but they've been up.
8-16 down to 4. Reggie's building a pretty solid chip stack here. 6s for Jill, under the gun. UTG. She's in there. 64 for Peter. One of Jill's 6s. Ooh, 3-4, 5-3. Wow. Dominating position with 6s.
Winner, winner.
That's great. She had the highest card no matter what.
I know. That's tough to do.
That's tough with 6s, at least. Jill's down to 13 big blinds. Not in that panic mode yet.
Nope. Comfortably can shove 6s and get folds.
But again, we talked about this previously on Thursday Night Poker, about the idea of 13 big blinds kind of becomes the new 8 to 10 big blinds because the blinds go around so quickly.
Yep.
You got to be aware that you really
13 turns to 6.
very quickly. Well, like 2 rounds. 3 rounds.
Yeah.
Somewhere in there.
6 is kind of, I went far. But all right, Peter raising up the ace-5 under the gun, which is also the cutoff.
I also have trouble in that scenario where I'm still thinking I'm in early position, but really you can think of it as late position too. Under the gun here is really not a bad position. She gets a little pushback from Jill. Jill's just keeping the balance hand. She wants to be able to show the 6-3 to say, I am capable of playing these bad hands. But she flops a flush draw. Nope. She flops a 6 with a back end.
A back end.
That's what I said. Back end.
What's a back end?
Back end flush draw.
Back door? Yeah.
That's what I said. Back end.
Uh-huh.
Peter's going to try to take a stab at this one.
So he's representing a king here.
Bluff early and bluff often if you're going to bluff. You don't like that one? Bluff early, bluff often?
That's okay. Why don't you write it down?
Writing it down.
Well, Jill thinks you can keep writing down. She folds. And again, it's like, what is she going to do? Call the turn and then fold the river? That doesn't seem good.
It's one of those moments where if she calls there, she has signed up to play the entire hand out. Right?
Yeah.
You can't call the turn without fully expecting, no matter what hits on the river, to call the river.
Yeah, and she's just hoping that he gives up and checks back and her 6 is good. But like,
And again, am I calling that to not get any more? Yeah, it's not great. I like the fold.
me too.
If you don't want to bet again,
Folding bottom pair usually isn't the worst thing.
no. Should I write that one down?
No, that's just like,
Common sense.
Yeah.
Common sense poker.
which, I mean,
Fold bottom pair.
even though it was good there. But yeah. All right, Queen 8, this is a shove. And she takes it down. Peter with the deuce 3 off, as Kenny says.
The lowest 2 cards you can have.
Not even suited.
Our most aggressive player has been Reggie. I would say that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I would say this order's correct.
yeah, he's been playing the big stack for the most part. I think Peter's aggression factor has been post flop though. He's bet more.
I knew he was going to pick up a hand. I just felt it.
Nice. Reggie with queens. Just getting hit in the face with the deck. That happens sometimes. You got to play well. Get as many chips as you can on your heaters.
Yeah.
That way you can withstand the dry season.
Peter, my favorite hand in my
Jack
second
8.
favorite suit.
I fall in love with these hands. I like seeing a flop with them. Niko's going away with the 9-7. Out of the way, Niko. All right, 130,000 in the pot. It's a big pot.
It is. Hopefully no Jack. Jack would be bad. Okay. That works.
8-8 duck. Look at Peter's stone cold killer face right
this
there.
This is going to be a full double up for Peter.
Yep.
I can't.
And he's
see
got
it.
340,000.
This is a full double up. There's just no way around it.
I mean, look at all the chips he's putting in there.
All right, so now remember, when Peter didn't have the ace, he raised with the 5-4.
So you're saying he should be calling here
I'm saying he should be raising.
because he didn't have the ace,
Correct.
and Reggie didn't put him on the ace. So now he wants to raise again.
No, Reggie did put him on the ace
Okay.
because he folded, right?
So I don't know what you're trying to tell us here.
That if he was raising without it, then he should raise with it.
He
Because
just
now he raised without it, but then flatted with it, which makes his ace's hand make less sense. This is a great card in theory for Peter, but not in this situation. Pretty unlucky that an ace is on the turn.
Peter checks again on the turn.
Yep.
Reggie fires again. That ace don't scare me. 100K,
Do you understand what I'm saying?
110. Yeah.
No?
I think he
It
gets
makes his ace hand look a lot less credible
right.
when he had 5-4.
I'm going solely based on this one that I think he gets paid more money by just calling the flop.
Correct. This is why I'm agreeing with you.
Oh, it sounded like you were
Well,
wanting him
I'm
to
agreeing with you
raise.
in the sense of then if he had aces that hand, he should call
I gotcha.
because
I
he would
gotcha.
get paid more.
I gotcha. Reggie
And-
gave it up.
Yeah, he did.
The
But now
ace-
that's the ace saved Reggie.
The ace was unfortunate for Peter.
Yeah.
I mean, if that's any other card under a queen, he gets a full double up.
Yep.
No
Even if
way.
it's a diamond. Jack of diamonds.
Yeah.
Still a bad card, still getting a double.
Big bet for Peter there.
Yeah.
I think those chip stacks. I mean, Peters is probably right because let's see what Reggie has. 1, 2, 3.
Reggie still has
He's got like
500,000.
yeah, close.
More. He's got
Are those not 20 stacks?
They are, but he's got 16,000 out for his big blind.
Oh yeah, you're right.
So he's got 505. And like we said, 200,000 needs to go to Reggie.
Mm-hmm.
So he takes
Close
it
to
down.
500.
Yeah.
And Niko's really got closer to 150,
Yep.
160.
We
Which,
really
looking
just
at chip
need,
stackers,
we just
right?
need Reggie to knock out Niko, and then it makes the chip.
Everything's
it
back
makes
to
it back to
normal?
normal
Yeah.
again.
It's possible.
Yeah, it is.
We know they're in the money.
That was a big hand for Peter there. I mean, that's
It's a huge hand for Peter.
tournament-changing hand.
Pretty awesome of Reggie to be able to kind of get away from that. I mean, he
Yeah.
put a lot of chips in that pot.
He did.
You didn't have to put in a bunch more to see the rest. I guess if you know your beat, why are you putting in more chips in the pot? But still, I wouldn't have thought
I
it was
mean,
a
if he-
wouldn't have thought it was a terrible play for him to call that all in.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been the worst.
No.
Because Peter can have flush draws and stuff like that.
Jacks.
Yeah.
Cumulative winners. Everybody but Reggie's a winner right now, but that's not true because he's 200K off. Niko's actually not up 80,000. He's down 110.
Yep.
Niko's cold decking it right now.
I blame Sal for not pausing in part one, making our jobs hard. Jill's all in, shocking, with any ace, as she should be. Peter with king 8 lays it down. You can have it. She shows an ace, tries to get some credibility, says, I have something sometimes, guys.
She showed an ace.
Yeah.
Nice.
Or the deuce, I'm not sure. I'm assuming she showed the ace.
The deuce would have been better.
Yeah. All right, 10,000, 20,000. Blinds are up. Here we go. Reggie looking down at the ace king. 50,000, I'm assuming, maybe even 60. We'll see what he's going to do. Counting out in tens. Kind of tilted me, but
Yeah, it's all right.
55. Right in between. Jill's out. Peter's out. Niko. Oh my goodness.
I'm on.
Niko
Tens versus Ace King. Well, you asked for it, Brando,
I did
and you
ask
got the
for it.
chance.
We need to win a race. We're behind.
You're gonna need to win a race, Reggie. Knock out the player, keep those chip stacks, and get everything back to normal on this table. Fix Sal's screw up. He's gonna need a little help from Sal to do that.
It always hits you every time. We need like, I mean, how like? what-
Niko has already pretty much given up on this hand. He does not think the tens are good.
Time, man.
All right, let's see what happens, folks. Tens versus Ace King.
Give us the Queen Jack 10 flop one time.
Queen, Jack, 10, floppers. Uh-oh, 10 on the window. Nope, 9 on the window. King. Drills a king right away.
Man,
Kings
you,
and nines.
You really slow rolled the Niko fans. Wow, look at all those looking like 10s. The 9 of diamonds looks like a 10. The 9 of spades looks like a 10. The 9 of
Niko's
hearts.
gone before,
Yeah, I know.
before the camera can even go back to him.
Poof. He just disappears.
I mean, nothing you can do there,
Nope,
Niko.
you
He
just need to
played
win a
well.
race.
He did not get very many good hands.
Nope.
And when he did get a good hand, he got it all in, ahead, barely, and lost a race.
Yep.
That's what you got to do.
That's tournament poker.
That's tournament poker, folks.
Down to 3.
And the chip stacks are right now.
Chip stacks are right.
Yes, way to go, Reggie. Making my life simple. Jill is all in again. Ace King, she just saw it last hand. Reggie, King 3. Oh, I'm sorry. Peter, King 3. Niko is out. Niko.
He's back.
Well, he's not back. The chip stacks were still wrong. Now he's good. Reggie calls with an ace 8. I think you call here with an ace. Pretty much any ace he's calling, right?
Yeah.
Big stack.
Yep.
Gonna need to get lucky.
10 big blinds, huh? Blinds are 10-20.
10-20. I mean, Jill's got to like her spot here.
And Jill has shoved 12 times this final table.
Yeah.
So it's pretty unlucky that she actually has a hand.
For Reggie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Players, don't ever feel too proud to let the dealer count out your chips for you. They always cut them out in front of you. You can still double check them. God bless me. And it speeds up play. Like, that's, I think every tournament poker player should find ways to speed up play so that you get more hands in for
Bumps
all.
another ball.
He needs a 6 or
Chop
an 8.
outs. 9-7 for a chop. 6 ball.
Oh, the 6 is so much worse.
Man.
So much worse.
And we just said
Jill
how,
is stunned. Stunned, folks.
we just said how unlucky
Stunned.
Reggie was for losing that hand.
You cannot blame Reggie. It's like the curse of the good player, right? She played so well. She balanced all of her all-ins, and she just, obviously, she got what she wanted. She got him to call with a much worse hand that he's thinking he's probably ahead on. You got what you wanted, 75-25. The problem is, 1 out of 4 of those, you lose.
Yep.
That just happened to be the 1 out of 4.
Correct.
And it's the gut shot, which is like so much worse. I would have rather it just come out 8-8 deuce.
It is. It is bad.
All right, heads up poker here between Reggie, the table killer, and Peter.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Niko is still alive in the
Right, because
he would
the
have
system
it.
still thinks he had chips. He's gone now, but the chip stacks are close. They're just not perfect. Reggie with almost 750,000. His chip stacks are a little funky, but he's close. God, look at Bridgeview with all those people there.
I know.
Memorial Day weekend. Peter with 8s. Reggie gonna ride the wave? He is. He's gonna see some. I think at this point Reggie's just gonna play every hand
Yep.
until he gets closer.
All the chips are
Right. They're pretty close in chips though. They're not that far off.
All right, terrible flop for both.
Yeah.
So Peter's gonna use his pre-flop aggression and tell the story and
Just
win.
bets it again. C-bet it. Continuation bet it.
Uh-huh. Dun, dun, dun. All right.
They're pretty close. 50-50 here. I mean, it's got to be close to chips.
Yeah.
At this point, we're in a tournament. Do you try to make a deal if they haven't already made a deal? I think they've already made a deal, but that's fine.
Yeah.
Are you a deal pusher or a deal acceptor?
I'm a deal. I'm irrelevant. Like if
Yeah,
somebody
I never
petitioned
petitioned for it, and I
Yeah.
never really fight
Whatever
against
you want
it.
to do. You want to play heads up? Let's go. I mean, obviously, I've never been in a spot where like the money matters that much. You know, it's like 240,000.
Not like a WPT event where it's like $1 million for first and 600,000.
38,000 for
Right.
second.
Like,
all right, well, we got life-changing money between us here. Like, let's
Right.
at least take.
It's a house. You
Let's
can
take
buy a house.
let's take
You
100,000
can buy a
each.
house between first and second place.
Yeah.
At that point, you
Take
maybe
put 100 more thousand in our pocket. We can play for the 70 or whatever it is.
yeah. It's tough to do though at those tournaments because the casino does not help
I
you.
know, and then you're gonna have to. Yeah,
Right.
And there's taxes, and then
Yeah, it gets funky.
There's trust. and
That's
then
why I
there's-
feel like a lot of those things they just end up playing it out because it's like I don't know. It's very difficult to.
You're gonna have to have Niko go get paid out, and then wait for first place to get paid.
It's sketchy. It's sketchy.
Yeah,
it's
not-
tough.
I feel like the tournaments should.
Well, the MSPT or HPT,
allow
didn't you
it.
tell me
The-
one of the
the
people?
HPT does it?
Now the HPT's gone. Yes. Are they done?
I don't know.
I mean, their
haven't seen it.
website's gone.
They just vanished, and they got COVID. They caught
They
COVID.
got COVID.
Are you looking it up? Okay, if you're looking it up, I'll stop looking it up. We got a walk here. Reggie just folds. Peter wins.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
the
was-
HPT would, when I remember I was playing in a PLO and it was so late and the blinds were so huge and nothing. We all had like 6 big blinds. We were just like, let's just take 3,500 each and call it a night. And they adjusted all the payouts to 3,500 each and then paid us out. Obviously, no taxes, but they'll switch it for you, which is great. I feel like they should be a little more accommodating. I get the WSOP. Prestigious. Don't want to get deals involved in that kind of stuff. But
Yeah, I mean, here's a poker site that just talks about the Heartland Poker Tour appears to be done, and they just, by all accounts, the Heartland Poker Tour seems to be gone without so much as a goodbye. The original mid-stakes poker tour catering to Middle America since 2005 closed. Everybody's reached out to HBT contacts via social media, but most of those accounts now appear to be inactive. No one responded to any inquiries. Their website's down. Nothing's been updated on social media since like March of 20.
yeah. That's crazy. I feel
Yeah.
like they had such a good thing.
I know.
Their rake was so high. and people still played. I mean, it had to be great. 50,000 from Reggie with 6s. Peter's going to defend with the 8-7. Heads up play. Not too many terrible hands. 8-7 offsuit. Not that bad of a hand. Flop an 8. Looking good. Pretty safe flop for Reggie, too. He's going to c-bet. 100,000. Maybe less. Maybe more. Maybe more even. So
He's pumping out 200K worth of chips here. Okay.
So that's full pot. This is awkward for Peter.
Flops top pair versus Reggie sixes.
You're out of position. I really don't know what to do here.
I mean, when you flop top pair, what the hell are you going to do?
You're just all in. Raise to 300.
And he just called.
No,
Oh, wow, he raised.
I'm all in.
And then Peter. All right, this is it, huh?
Yep. All in.
So I think Reggie decides that, hey, he can have too many draws. He can have a flush draw. I mean, you can't really have 5-6 when Reggie's blocking 6s. But hey,
Right.
top pair good. Peter's delighted to see. And
Turns
Reggie's
a club,
gonna need-
no dice. Oh, my goodness gracious.
Wait, what?
It's a 6 on the river.
No.
Yeah.
No.
That's it. Just Reggie doesn't even believe it. It just happened.
No.
It just happened.
I thought Peter won the free Deepstack.
No, I told you it didn't ruin it. He must have won it from something else.
That's why.
Or it's a different Peter. It's just a random Peter texted me. But how funny is that? It's not funny. It's just very, very...
That's so sick.
Yeah.
I 100% thought Peter was winning this turn.
Yeah.
Well, especially after the
After
flop
seeing this.
and the turn.
It's a shocker, folks. I'm shocked. I'm shocked, Cotton. See how this works out for him.
I watched that movie the other day.
It's so good.
It's so funny.
Well, thanks for watching Thursday Night Poker. We will be at the Max
For the rest of the month.
Pretty much for the rest of the month. So this airs after we've already been there last weekend. So the next 2 weekends will be at the Max. So hopefully we're at the Max right now. Say hi to Brandon or myself. Some people are still confused that Brandon is the co-host of Thursday Night Poker and the Overlay A Poker podcast. Come and see us. Check us out. Let us know if you have any suggestions. We'd love to see them. Other than that, we are bringing the RFID table to Central Illinois sometime soon.
We are?
Now we're going to do it.
Wow.
We're going to do it.
All right.
Special event. So come out and see us. We'll check you next time. Thanks,
do it.
everybody. Bye.